What if I told you that the most important performance of your life isn't a performance at all? That the secret to a happy ending isn't just about making people laugh today, but about making sure you can laugh yourself for all your tomorrows. This is the story of my friend, Jolly Japes, and how he learned to laugh all the way to a happy, cozy future. In the kingdom of gleaming, there lived a jester named Jolly Japes. And oh, was he jolly. He was the star of King Fancy Pants' court. His laugh was like jingling bells, and his job was to make sure everyone else was laughing too. Every day was a party. After a great performance, the king would reward him with a shower of shiny gold coins. They'd land at his funny, curly-toed shoes. And what did Jolly do with this treasure? He celebrated. He'd buy the most enormous feather-filled hats. He'd host a feast for every juggler, singer, and dancer in the kingdom. He'd buy so much cake that even the castle mice got full. He spent every single gold coin, every single time, when a tiny, quiet voice in his head whispered, "Shouldn't we save some?" Jolly would just laugh and say, "That's a problem for future Japes." And he'd imagine future Japes as a distant, foggy figure he'd never have to meet. But then, little things began to happen. One morning, Jolly Japes jumped out of bed for his daily handstand, and his back went sproing. Ouch! It was just a little ache, but it was new. Another day. He told his favorite joke about a chicken and a wheel of cheese, but the court had heard it before. Their laughter wasn't as loud. A visiting jester from a neighboring kingdom told a new joke, and suddenly, everyone was talking about him. Jolly's perfect, jingly world had its first tiny crack. The quiet voice in his head spoke a little louder. What happens when your back hurts too much to tumble? What happens when the king wants new jokes? Jolly shook his head, making his bells jingle. "Silly voice," he said. "I'm Jolly Japes. The king loves me." And to prove it, he went out and bought the biggest, most ridiculous hat he could find. One sunny afternoon, Jolly was on his way to buy a new scarf when he saw him. It was an old man, sitting quietly under the old oak tree. His face was wrinkled, and his smile was faded, like a drawing left in the sun. At his feet was a jester's hat, its colors washed out and dull. Jolly's heart beat fast. He knew this man. It was Gigglewise, the legendary jester from the time of the old king. The one everyone said was the funniest in the world, before Jolly Japes. Now, Gigglewise wasn't telling jokes. He wasn't juggling. He was just sitting, his bowl empty, his eyes tired. Jolly felt a chill, as if a cloud had passed over the sun. The foggy figure of future Japes suddenly became crystal clear. He wasn't a foggy figure at all. He was right here, under this tree, and he had nothing. That night, Jolly couldn't sleep. The party was over. The fear was a heavy blanket on his chest. "The future is coming," he whispered to the moon, "and it doesn't look funny at all." The next morning, Jolly went to the one person who was always sensible, his friend, Penelope the pie maker. "Penny," he said, his bells jingling sadly, "I saw Gigglewise. I don't want to end up with an empty bowl, but all I know how to do is be funny right now." Penelope wiped her floury hands on her apron. "Jolly," she said kindly, "you're looking at your life like it's a single, tiny tart. But a good life is more like my bakery. How many ovens do you see?" Jolly counted. 1, 2, 3, 6 ovens. Exactly, said Penny. In this oven, I bake apple pies. In that one, I bake meat pies. In that one, I bake berry tarts. If everyone suddenly decided they hated apple pie tomorrow, I'd still have my meat pies and my berry tarts. I wouldn't be in trouble. I have many ovens. Jolly's eyes went wide. He only had one oven, standing in the court and making people laugh. It was a wonderful oven, but it was his only one. You need to build more ovens, Jolly, Penny said, handing him a warm berry tart. What else can you do? How else can your wonderful fun earn you coins? So, Jolly Japes got to work. He was still the star jester, but now he was an oven builder too. His first new oven was an idea. He started writing down his very best jokes and his silliest riddles on special scrolls. He called them Jolly's Jingle Jangle Joke Scrolls. He sold them to jesters in other kingdoms who wanted to be as funny as him. It was amazing. For the first time, Jolly was earning gold coins while he was taking a nap. His jokes were working for him, even when he was fast asleep. A coin for a joke he told last week. This was a magic he had never known. His second new oven was an investment. His friend Barnaby was opening a tavern called the Giggling Goblet. Jolly took some of his performance gold and bought a small share of the tavern. What does that mean? Jolly asked. It means, said Barnaby, that you are now a part owner. When the tavern makes a profit, a little piece of that profit belongs to you. And so, every time someone bought a frosty mug of cider, a tiny, invisible piece of that coin would float through the air and find its way to Jolly. He wasn't just a jester anymore. He was a businessman. His second oven was warm and baking, but Jolly was smart. He knew he couldn't spend all the money from his new ovens on more hats and cake. So he built his most important oven of all, the future Japes Fun Chest. He made a new, unbreakable rule. For every 10 gold coins he earned, whether from performing, his scrolls, or the tavern, 1 coin would go straight into the chest. It was not for today. It was a gift for future Japes. It was hard sometimes. He'd see a new pair of rainbow-striped trousers and his hand would twitch. But then he'd remember Gigglewise's empty bowl. The coin would go into the chest. That sound became more satisfying than any jingle his hat could make. Years rolled by, as years do. Jolly Japes got older. His back decided it really didn't like tumbling anymore. A new, brilliant young jester became the star of the court. But something wonderful happened. Jolly Japes was perfectly, wonderfully okay. His joke scrolls were now famous in 7 kingdoms, bringing him bags of mail and bags of coins. The Giggling Goblet was the most popular tavern in the land. And his future Japes Fun Chest? It was so full and heavy. It took 2 people to lift. Jolly Japes didn't have to sit under a tree with an empty bowl. He was rich in coins, but even richer in happiness. He had time to tell stories to children, to invent new riddles, and to eat pie with Penny every single day. He was having the last laugh, and it was the truest, happiest laugh of his life. So, what is the secret Jolly Japes discovered? Don't wait for the sun to go down to wish you had built a shelter. Start building it now while the sun is shining. So, go on. Be the hero of your own story. Start building your ovens today. I promise you, your future self will be laughing with gratitude. If you like this video and more like this, please like and subscribe.